So I'm gonna tell you how we are able to make so much content despite my crazy busy life and schedule, so that you could take away any version of this and apply 1/10 of it and probably make 4 times as much content as you're making right now. I love Twitter. Because you know why? Because Twitter has no expectations. Instagram, it's like, I didn't like the color and the contrast wasn't right and that font choice wasn't, But Twitter is like, meh, I just thought about this thing. You like it? You don't like it? Here's what I do. I tweet it. It doesn't get a good reaction. I'll tweet it again. I'll change a word or two. I'll try to find a way for you to care about that piece of content. Over time, you build up the muscle memory. I know how to say things to provoke you to react. I just know now. Because I look at your reaction like, that bothered you. I'll give you more of that. I'm not trying to do it to go against myself, but I like to provoke thought and dialogue. Okay, so you have these tweets, and when you have a hit, make more hits from the hit. It's already telling you through market research, it's working, okay? But here's the thing that a lot of people don't pay attention to. Pay attention to what people say afterwards. Engage with them. They'll say, Chris, you meant to quote this person, not that person. Or I love this, but are you aware of this Eastern philosopher who said this instead? This makes me smarter. I'm not trying to tweet just to make sure you believe what I believe. I want to have a dialogue. I want to grow in the process. It's really helpful because now a tweet is not enough to make a carousel out of, but multiple tweets and conversations are. And I've done this many times to fabulous results and gotten thousands of followers by doing this one thing. So try this out. Start a conversation. Make it hit an emotional note with people and follow the dialogue. Stay with it. And then you put it into a carousel format, which carousels still work. Many of my friends had a couple of thousand followers. They followed this to the T. In less than a year, they got to 100,000 followers. If you're going to do carousels, use the first 2 slides to restate the headline, because Instagram gives you 2 shots at grabbing an audience. So when you're writing headlines, select your best 2, lead with your first, follow with your second. And then you start to build anticipation, because storytelling is story delaying. And then you give the details to that, and then you get out of there. That's all you do. This is another way of creating more content. You find a hot tweet that you have, the hottest tweet you have. You go into dark mode and you touch on that tweet and it fills the full screen. You screen capture it and you save that little piece. Then you crop into it and you put it behind, all those stupid vacation videos that you shot? Dig them out, use them. People like them. All right. I tried different things. I tried the freeway. That didn't work because it's not pleasing to look at. Sunday at 5 p.m. when the sun is hitting the back deck and there's the rustling of the trees in the back. 440,000 views. It's a good tweet. Not worth 440,000 views, but I think it's a combination of those 2 things. You may or may not want to include a piece of music. I'm not sure yet. I'm still testing, because this becomes ultimately like loopable. And the reason why it has so many views is because somebody was reading it 4 or 5 times, but the music interrupts that. And like, oh, it's a loop. It's a loop. Some people have said, make this video as short as possible to game the system. I don't love that. Like 5-6 seconds seems to be an appropriate amount of time. They'll get 2 or 3 views out of it. The algorithm think you're a genius. Go into your tweets, find the highest performing one, capture it, find your video, and go post on Reels later today. You don't have to write anything fancy. You don't have to do a lot of hashtags. If you want to write a good caption because you got a story to tell, even better. You don't have to do it.